Ladies and gentlemen, we have some bowling ball news today. We had another bowling ball get discontinued. Now, it was a singular bowling ball, and it is the one you're seeing on the screen right now. The Nuclear Forge has now been discontinued from Motiv Bowling. That doesn't mean they're gone forever. There are still some that can be found out in the wild. You're going to notice in a lot of shops, you're going to see the price slowly decrease until they get rid of inventory altogether. But as of a couple days ago, they are not making any more nuclear forges. Today, we're going to showcase what the nuclear forge was, what you can replace it with if you like your nuclear forge and you want something different. It's going to be a very obvious answer at the end, so make sure to stay tuned. Some of you might be able to guess it right now, but if you want to stay up to date on the latest bowling ball news, I'm the only person on the internet who posts discontinued bowling ball news. Make sure to subscribe so that your favorite bowling ball doesn't disappear and get discontinued without you knowing about it. Let's get right into it though. Nuclear Forge is gone. This ball has been around since October of 2023. This ball has secretly been on the market for a year and a half. Motiv bowling balls tend to stay on the market for a very long time because they only release a bowling ball every 45 days. Only one bowling ball ever comes out, minus some of their limited edition releases. So if you're someone who doesn't like how many bowling balls get released, you should be a Motiv bowling fan because they don't release all that much at the end of the day. They keep their bowling balls on the shelves for a very, very long time. What is this ball? This ball is a symmetrical pearl ball, but it is very, very strong. Massive symmetrical core. That forge core is one of the strongest, if not the strongest symmetrical core in bowling to this day. So looking at the specs of it, it was a 247055 RGN differential. This is very similar to the Optimum Idol core. And then just like the Optimum Idol, this one went away very recently, which is very disappointing. Now, the Optimum Idol Pearl is fairly close to this bowling ball, so if you want a different company's version of it, that could be an option. However, this Propulsion HVP Pearl cover stock is actually much stronger than you'd expect. I didn't think it would be that strong of a bowling ball when it first came out, but this thing was super early, super chuggy, and super, super slow down lane. Fits really well after the Sub-Zero Forge and fits well after like an Evoke. But let's go to the ball guide and let's see what's all going on here. We're going to ignore the bottom half of the ball guide. We're just going to look at this top half. The Nuclear Forge fit on the most angular side of the ball graph, but not in the earliest section, not in the heaviest of oil section. So we see it down here right after the Raptor Rush, right after the Evoke Hysteria, and right after the Crimson Jackal. What could you really replace this ball with? There's really one good option, and that is the best ball in the market today. That is the Evoke Hysteria. The Evoke is going to be a little bit earlier and a little bit smoother, in my opinion. It's going to be, honestly, a little better reaction. It's going to not leave as many flat corner pins. The Nuclear Forge, the one issue with having such a massive core in it, was it would see friction, and then it would roll forward and just be very, very flat. So then if you hit the pocket a little bit too early or late, you're just going to leave flat 10 pins for days. That's where the Evoke Hysteria comes in and could be a little better look for you. If you're a fan of the Forge series, you really only have one other option, and that's grabbing a Sub-Zero and then shining it or polishing it. This does have Leverage MXC, which is one of their strongest cover stocks. So unfortunately, you're not going to get a the closest reaction in the world, but it could be close-ish for you. Now, if you do like it and you want a similar cover stock, the Raptor Rush does have Propulsion FYJ, which is slightly different from HVP. And then also the Crimson Jackal has HV plus. So if you want a similar cover stock, you have those guys. The Evoke ends up having MXV. The differences aren't very big between the three. So really any of these balls could fit well with the Nuclear Forge and be the replacement that you want. I recommend the Evoke Hysteria personally. The Raptor Rush is okay, and the Crimson Jackal is asymmetrical, and it is a lot stronger and a lot sharper, in my opinion, than the Nuclear Forge. So sad day to see it go. If you look at your local retailers, you're going to notice that the ball is already on sale. So make sure to pick one up if you want an extra one to store, if you're a Motiv fan who wants to keep a nuke around. Otherwise, that is it for the Nuclear Forge and for today's discontinued bowling ball news. We'll probably have a few more getting discontinued in the next couple of weeks. So make sure to stay tuned to the channel and we will give you that news as soon as we possibly can.